Never stop improving. If you're ready to be number one, to beat your competition, or to set your own path, go from zero to hero. Josh Phegan Digital. One of the most important skills as a real estate agent is to make sure that you know how to use data in a really powerful way so that you can make better data-driven decisions. The Hare and Todd White have this incredible thing called the property clock. And it talks about the different stages of the market, from peak to bottom, to starting to recovery, to starting to decline. Now, if you think about the key skills here that an agent actually needs, it means that we need to adjust as we move into the different phases throughout the property clock. First of all, we went from the top of the market into moving into a declining market. This is all talking to all of our sellers about the importance of coming to market, because every couple of months they waited, they would lose $20, $50, maybe even $100,000 in relation to their sale price. When we started to get into the bottom of that cycle, and what we had to do in that state was really be in a position that we were getting many buyers to try to come to private appointments as possible. We'd try to get a buyer there, we'd try to get an offer. Ideally, we'd try to get 2 offers at the same time. So then that way we could show that one offer was clearly out in front of where the other offer was, even though it was well below the owner's expectations. This was really about prospecting for a buyer. We had plenty amounts of stock, and we're in a position that literally every Saturday we were pretty much standing at our own at the open for inspections on the weekend. Now that's all of a sudden changed, particularly in the metro markets of Melbourne and Sydney. We've now seen that we've moved into what they go to call the start of the recovery. Now the start of the recovery phase is a really interesting one because new headlines start to hit the front pages of the paper. All of a sudden, they're talking about 12% increases in prices over the course of the next 12 months. In fact, in the last quarter alone, we've seen an increase in property prices north of 4% across the major metro markets. That's a really interesting conversation because in the course of the last 4 months alone, there's actually been a 6% increase in prices. Over 1/3 of whatever was lost in the declining market over the course of the last 17 months has been gained again in the course of the next 4. Now, why is this a problem? Well, from a seller's perspective, why don't I just wait? Because every couple of weeks I wait, every couple of months I wait, I pick up another 10, 20, 50, maybe even $100,000 in relation to my sale price. New skill for a real estate agent today is to actually progress sellers to the market. All of a sudden, we've got a 20% supply issue, 20% less new stock coming to the market, which is really impacting on prices as they continue to grow. So what do we do as the individual agents to really encourage people to come to market? The most important thing is about getting people into the right asset class. Which of the asset classes do you think will substantially gain the most amount in terms of capital growth? Would it be a studio apartment, a 1-bedroom apartment, a 2-bedroom apartment, a 2, 3 or 4-bedroom home in the area? You get the picture. So what you're saying to your clients is, let's make sure that we get you into the right style of property that can maximize your capital gain as we move through the next cycle in getting into the peak of growth. This is such an important conversation because a great agent really understands that we are literally as close to the bottom as you could ever be as a seller in this current cycle. And now we're moving into a growth cycle. It's important to make sure that you're in a position that you're getting into the right asset class. Go and have better quality conversations. Realize that the skills have fundamentally changed of what you need to be bringing to the table in order to build the momentum. I look forward to seeing you in our next coaching tip.